I'm on a roll right now, talking about serious topics. So today, why not continue that streak by talking about one of the most controversial topics in the world, in my opinion, relationships. Now, I think, no, I think I am in a relationship. I've been in a relationship for 3 years. You might not think that's enough time for me to be experienced in this field, but I would say I am. And either way, if you came to this video for advice, you can keep watching. It might help you, but this isn't expressively or exclusively actual advice on relationships. This is just my opinion on them. And once again, my whole process of making this video is really, relationships have such a wide span of just connection, because obviously everyone is different, every person is different, and I can't speak on behalf of anyone. So I'm not going to tell you what's right or wrong in a relationship, because the thing is, even when I say that much, the difference between right and wrong in a relationship should be obvious. There's lines, and the way people draw those lines is different. People have different boundaries, people have different borders. It's kind of crazy if you think about all of it too much. And I think the main thing I just want to say is be yourself when getting in a relationship. You don't want to change for anyone, but you do want to change together for the better if you do end up with this person. You shouldn't try change to get with them, because if you do that, then you end up becoming something that isn't fully you, and you'll maybe end up with the person because of it, but that means they only ended up falling for the version of you that you created specifically for them, not the version of you that is you. And I think that's really the most important advice I give to anyone. I know I said I wasn't exclusively giving advice, but hey, whatever. I don't have a script for these videos, and the reason I keep looking there is because I'm watching the World Cup game. But anyway, that's irrelevant. Another thing that I want to say is, you'll make mistakes. I think it's practically impossible to not make mistakes while being in a relationship, especially for an extended period of time. Obviously, there's always a scare. I think I'm great right now. I think I'm in a great position. I have a lovely, lovely girlfriend. I couldn't ask for anyone better, and I'm very grateful for that. And I'm very grateful, and I think a lot of people take this for granted. If you get into a relationship at a very early age, that's great. If you're normal, bit of a controversial word there. If you're normal and you love a person, and you have for since your teenage years, and you can continue loving them for that amount of time, like forever, until the rest of your life, then that's more or less a miracle, because it is so difficult for a lot of people to stay in relationships for that long. And I think a lot of reasons why people don't end up staying is because people do grow apart. That is a possibility. It's not like that's never happened before. So people can part on good terms, but again, it's different for everyone, because I won't speak on my personal thoughts. I think I'm great. I'm great where I am right now. Try not to worry too much about the future. Focus on your present. You can't change what's going to happen, if it is going to happen. Focus on what you are doing right now. Focus on how you are right now. Focus on how you can make things better how you are right now. Focus on working out your problems together. If you have problems, if she has problems, if they have problems, if your partner has problems. Because if you have arguments, which is normal, you won't go your whole or I highly doubt you'll go your whole relationship without any arguments. I don't know why I said that twice. But just communicate. People say it all the time, but it's a lot harder to do than just say it, because a lot of people say that it's very easy to, just communicate. Sometimes it's not. I know in my case, when I was younger, again, I've been in a relationship for a bit over 3 years now, and when I was younger, I was incredibly stubborn. I still am stubborn, but a lot less than I used to be. And so that's something I improved on. It wasn't a great quality that I had, so that's something that should be changed and should be worked on. And that's really not all I have to say. I have a lot to say about this. Maybe this will be one of my longer videos, but actually I'm running out of storage, so probably not, because my phone is just gonna stop me recording. So if this video cuts off, you know why. My storage is very low. But anyway, back onto the main points. I don't understand where some people's boundaries are in relationships. Now, obviously, it's not great to judge. I have no right to judge other people's relationships, but I think it's just an interesting point from an outside perspective. Not in a judging way, but like, some people really don't seem to care about their significant other. And it just kind of doesn't sit right with me. And I'm struggling to find the words to say this here, you can tell. I'm not zoning out watching the game, I'm actually zoning out here trying to think of something to say. Because that's just kind of how deeply my thoughts stand on this subject. And I don't want to shame anyone here. And if you know me, hold on, I think carefully about my next words, because there's just so many different things that I could talk about when it comes to relationship. That's how broad the variety of people are, because there's lots of aspects to a relationship. A few of those aspects I won't touch on today because I don't want to. But for example, one of the things that I was thinking of is people sometimes are very upset about, for example, the clothing that their girlfriend may wear. I personally have never had an issue with what mine wears, because she doesn't, wear revealing outfits, really, the most basic way to put it. And my side of where I stand on that is, I see a lot of people online, and to be fair, everything on the internet's stupid. 99% of what is on the internet is just filled with dumb people. Dumb people are the loudest on the internet. But sometimes you see guys just kind of complaining that their significant others will just be wearing, not the nicest clothes. And that's on a very broad spectrum, because there's loads of different types of clothing. So revealing, I'm not going to describe what I think is revealing, but obviously I think you shouldn't be going out almost naked if you have a significant other. I don't think that's very respectful. And again, the meaning of almost naked is up to interpretation. I know where that stands in my head. For everyone else, you're welcome to think freely of what I might mean by that, but it's pretty clear in my head. My chair just squeaked. It's pretty clear in my head what the meaning of that is, and I think you just shouldn't really do things like that, and that should be a given. It's a given to me, but it's not to a lot of people. And even then, there's people out there who won't mind their significant others wearing stuff or barely wearing stuff. And again, that's another thing that I can't fathom. So there's just such a broad aspect of what's right and what's wrong in everyone's minds. But you shouldn't really delve too into it if it doesn't affect you. Well, there's some things you should delve into, even if it doesn't affect you directly, but that's a whole nother story. But in terms of people's relationships, you can do what you want for the most part. There is rights, there is wrongs, but at the end of the day, everyone is different. Everyone has different boundaries, different perspectives on everything, and well, people will do what they want at the end of the day. But my hope is just that if you're watching this and you're not in a relationship and you're looking for advice on, I hope this video is helpful, since there was maybe a minute of advice that I gave, and the rest of the 9 minutes was me pondering on how some people can allow certain stuff in relationships. But hey, that's just what I do on this channel. I think a lot, and sometimes not too much. Thank you for watching. I hope I helped. And if I didn't, that's a shame. Thank you for watching either way, if you made it this far. Goodbye.